What's up, everybody? It is Nate with Closet by Clark. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit since I posted a video. We got a lot to go over today. We're doing a what sold video. We didn't have a whole lot of sales. Today is Friday. These are Thursday and Friday sales, but we're about to head to the storage unit. We're going to talk about a few things and pack some orders up. And a little update before we go, because you haven't seen me in a minute. This is the stack of stuff we have left from the pallet. Everything else has been listed or sold off. It's probably about 150 pieces. I move in 2 weeks, so I have to get these listed, but that'll only take me a couple days. It has been a bit. We're also no longer in the Corolla anymore. We got a new work truck. It's a 2017 Tundra. This front grill thing is crazy. The winch, I don't need that. It's coming off, but it is really nice. I'm excited about it. We did get out of the Corolla. This is coming down to Miami, and then, work truck. The view from the new truck. It has been a very busy month. I know I haven't really posted anything on here or TikTok, really any social media. I've been pretty busy handling everything around the house, getting all that taken care of, just so I'm ready to pack up and go in a couple weeks. Going through the closet, getting rid of the personal stuff. Normally on the drive to the storage unit, I'll take a minute to talk about any comments I got. I don't know how the engine noise on this compares either in the recording. This is a V8 compared to the 4-cylinder from before. I don't think it'll be too bad. We did have kind of a slower day for sales. The store's really been just maintaining this month. I've been getting the pallet up, and I haven't been sourcing so I can save up a little bit more before I move. So I've just been going through and trying to get as much moved as I can, make sure the pallet's listed, make sure all that stuff is looking good. And then obviously selling the wholesale too. We're not going to talk about the wholesale too much in this video. I did get this comment asking if I sell wholesale or if they can buy it from us. You can. The Discord is in the description. There's now over 1,600 members in there. It's going great. That's going to be a huge focus of mine when I move. The eBay store will still be in play. I just don't know exactly what it will look like yet. But obviously for like the content side, I do want to be able to make eBay, YouTube content and do the wholesale, but I obviously want to be able to make time for both, and it'll definitely be a factor. I just don't know how much it'll play in yet. I don't think there's any more comments to talk about. The hair is gone too. It's going to be too hot down there for the long hair, so we got that cut off. I don't do it short too often. I think it looks fine though. I think it looks good. Definitely baby faced a little bit, but it's not too bad. Good day, good couple days for sales. A little slower than normal, but still flowing, still 10 a day. You love to see that. Shooting for really like 15 a day right now though. I think it was 21 from eBay and 2 from Depop. Nothing on Poshmark today. We're about to pull into the unit, and then we're going to talk a little more about how long I've been sitting on it, what I paid, just a little more about what's sold. Let's get right into it. As always, we're going to start with the newest listings and go down to the oldest one. This wasn't our newest one today, but this was one of our 2 Depop sales. This was 6173. Nice little Chargers jersey. It is a youth size. I don't normally pick youth stuff up. I got this for $3 or $4 in a wholesale bale. There's definitely some great money in kids clothing. I just haven't really taken the time to learn about a whole lot of it outside of the vintage stuff, so I'm still trying to get better at that. But next up, we got 6981. This was off of the pallet. This is our newest sale that went today. This was a Patagonia Chinchilla. This one was actually B grade. It had some flaws in it. The little pocket hole right here was ripped, and there were some light stains on it, but still $33. I got that offer as soon as I listed it at $40. Normally a $50 sale. I listed it at $40 because of the flaw. Immediately got an offer at $30. Took it because I paid about $5 for that off the pallet. 6973 is a North Face jacket. This was a high vent one. I think it was about a $20 sale. But North Face, bread and butter, you never get tired of hearing that. It is a great brand. There was also a ton of that in the pallet, so that was also from the pallet. Also costed around $5. Since I don't have everything listed yet, I don't know my exact cost of goods. But when you buy one of those pallets, you're paying about $4 to $5 a piece. It just depends. There was definitely some stuff that was lesser. I guess I've never really given a full pallet review, but for the most part, it looked really good. And the good heavily outweighed the bad, in my opinion. But obviously, you just want to avoid as much of the bad as possible. So we're always looking for new sources, trying to get those locked in. I am really excited about moving and all the potential there, because there's so many people we can work with. And it's really cool that you guys are the audience. That's my favorite part about the whole thing, is I'm really just selling to you guys. If I didn't make the videos, I never would have been able to start this. And it's genuinely been life-changing. So thank you guys. It's incredible. I can't believe how well it's gone across the board. Super blessed by the whole thing. Next we have 6930 and a 6884, college 6684, and then this Hamilton champion sweatshirt. I think both of these were pallet pieces. Yeah, solid, not bad. They went quick. They cost me $10 together. You do the math on what I made on that sale. Roughly 10, I don't know exactly what that number is. I am super excited about the move though. I'm trying to get in a warehouse as soon as I get down there. Really, that's going to be the first goal, I think, is just as soon as possible get into that warehouse space, just because it makes the logistics of receiving pallets and sending stuff out and just having a one general point for everyone to work out of is really efficient. So I'm looking forward to that. Next, we got 6758. This was listed at $100. Here's what it sold for. It's a Patagonia chinchilla. I actually don't think this is a chinchilla. It might not be, but it is a vintage Sharpa lined one. The brown with the green accents is a really nice color. It has that accent there and the little front pocket on it. 6758. That's probably our sale of the day. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, a lot of these weren't exciting sales. We have a few more stacks to go through. It's not all just this stuff, but a lot of bread and butter. And I really wasn't planning on doing a whole lot of content this month, period. Just getting everything ready. But I woke up this morning, we got the new haircut, I got cleaned up and really felt like making a video. So while this wasn't the plan, and I didn't really necessarily have a whole lot of thoughts gathered, like I meant to talk about some of the stuff in my next video, this is a good one for the meantime, because as far as I have it planned, the next video you see out of me is going to be the process of packing this whole storage unit into a U-Haul and moving it down to Miami. But that could always change. There's still a couple weeks and something's always coming up, so we'll see. Next, we got 6686. This was a Dark Sport t-shirt. It's a gym brand. It sells pretty good. I found this in a chop house. That's one of the places they take the shirts to cut them into rags for like auto body shops, stuff like that. So not everything can be cut into rags. Like obviously that North Face high vent, that material isn't any good for like a cleaning rag, but this would have just been a cleaning rag, and this is like number 600 out of 1,000. They do all their drops limited, so I wonder how many of those have been chopped up, but also happy that one got saved. This is 6180. I think this is just a basic, yeah, this is a 3X Carhartt loose fit. It's either a pocket tee or a long sleeve. You'll see it. I don't know. Carhartt buy is pretty low, especially for the t-shirts, only a couple bucks. If I sold it for more than $3 on that, it's fine with me. We made our money. 6964. I forgot this one almost. It was All the Beasts Were Gone, Loneliness of Spirit for whatever reason. It has a whale on it, blue whale, nice nature graphic. It's by a GS Sport. That was our other Depop sale for the day. Let's talk about cross listing real quick. I do cross list to Depop and Poshmark right now. Once I move, I am no longer going to be doing the cross listing. A lot of people love it. There's also the argument there's the argument I'm leaving money on the table. And I've tried all the different softwares. Every time I start talking about this, someone just comments, try a different software. But when it fails to take down the listing, when it actually sells, and then it double sells on eBay, I have to cancel it and mark it out of stock, and then I get a defect, and so many of those, I risk the account standing. So just to keep it streamlined, keep it routine, keep it systemized, we're just gonna have eBay as the seller platform. We might introduce some whatnot aspects down the line, because we'll have a lot of stuff on hand. But for the most part, it's going to be wholesale for me. eBay's still a big factor, but again, like I said, I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. Obviously, like the store isn't going anywhere, but we've talked about some big things. The store is 100% coming down with me. I just don't know what capacity that'll look like. So more coming on that soon. We do have the next stack in front of me ready to go. This is 5705. I picked this up at the bins. It's just a vintage sweater with a big cutout. I think that went for about 20 bucks. Not a bad bins flip, because that's still 5,700. That's a new one. I remember picking that up. It was one of my last bins trips. Not a bad one. Happy to get 20 bucks for it. I think that might have been in a breakdown video. It is cooler the longer I make these videos and the more pieces I pick up on video that eventually I just see it all twice, because it's in my store. 5637, women's Levi Strauss signatures, or maybe not signatures. I don't know. I think these probably went for around $20. I want to say the classic Levi's sale. It's not a what sold video from Closet by Clark if there's not a Levi's sale, I guess. All right, next we have 5320. This is Aroma, just soccer sweatshirt zip up. Nothing too exciting on these next few pieces. There is a good one in there for sure, but the Roma soccer came in like a sports bale, I think, or maybe that was more of like a mid bale. 4890. This is a good one. This is a vintage Mardi Gras sweatshirt. I don't remember how old it is. I'm not seeing the tag, but it does have a nice big graphic on there. Just a good vintage printed graphic. 4890. That probably went for about 35 bucks, like 30 bucks if I had to guess. Not a bad one. Next we got 4800. This is a vintage Nike Oakland Raiders fader. That's the 90s Nike paper tag. The logo's very faded out on the front. I don't even know how well you can see that. That one I had listed really high because I had a Dallas Cowboys shirt, same tag. It wasn't as faded, but it was the same tag, same look to it, just blue. Sold for like $50. So I had that one listed high. I paid like a few bucks for it, so I really didn't care what I got for it. It was going to be profitable regardless. 4 for 1.8. This is a Adidas DC United soccer kit. The soccer stuff, in my experience, always worth picking up. A lot of it's really good. You do have to be careful about the fake stuff, fake tags and all that. Obviously, I don't know much about soccer, but obviously the more teams you know, and just the more knowledge you have about who's good, I guess, what teams are good and what teams aren't so desirable, you'll figure out how that stuff moves. I guess DC United is a good one. I've moved some, this is stuck to my hand. I've moved some good DC United stuff before. I just recently had one go for a pretty penny that was like an Adidas collab, or maybe a Volkswagen collab, I think, that had DC United stuff on it. That was solid. Now I got the 3560. This is a Benz pickup. This is an older one. It's a Fruit of the Loom blank, but it has like a Supreme Tasmanian Devil printed on there. I picked that up on a whim at the Benz, thinking it'd be worth like at least checking out. I don't know, I got what I got for it. Not something I'd pick up again, but the Supreme and like I was surprised I didn't get a Vero for that one. Actually, I don't know if Supreme was in the title, but it's not real Supreme, obviously. The promoted listing thing also has everybody freaking out. I don't think it's a huge deal. I'm still promoting it too. I do get hit with the promoted fee on pretty much everything, but the sales are still solid, about the same as I saw before. So I did try it at 8 for a little bit before they made that change. I switched it to 2 now that it's everything, and sales are looking good still, or looking fine. So we dropped the promoted percentage a little bit, but it's really so new, it hasn't even been long enough to know what the results look like yet. 2763, I believe this is an Old Navy vest. 27, it being this old, probably a Benz pickup. Couple dollars, sat for longer than expected, but at that point, go in the store figuring out what works. I probably don't pick up another Old Navy vest. I don't have another one right now. 2618, legendary whitetails. I think this is like a 2X or an XL. This one was actually a personal before I lost about 100 pounds. So just happy to see that go. Obviously bought that a long time ago, got my wear out of it. 2379, Banana Republic. A lot of people stay away from that. They still have some really decent like stuff, especially if you're getting like the merino wool. You can still get $25, $30 for that. I think this came from Susu, a local connection. She does like pallet liquidation stuff, and she has a ton of Levi's I buy on repeat, but then one day I showed up, she had $1 a piece for everything. So I paid her $1 for that. 2086, these are Dickies Carpenters. Dickies is solid, sits on the shelf a little bit right now. I don't know if these were a good size, bad size, if the picture was good or bad. It sit for a while. I felt like it's probably a bad picture. Obviously you'll see the sale pop up, so if it's a bad picture, you'll see why it sat. I think it's one, I used to do it a little too zoomed in. That's probably just what happened there. 1482, this is a blue Carhartt flannel. Want to say it didn't go for much being this old. I didn't realize I had any Carhartt still listed that was that old. I move about one thing from Carhartt every single day, so that's a brand and a piece I'd still pick up again. That one just has a low sell-through rate. And then this is 0041, not actually 41, it's somewhere on the 4,000s mark when I ran out of SKUs. It's Eli Plains, vintage pearl snap. I did actually make another video that didn't get posted. By the time I would have posted it, I mean, I was talking about Christmas coming and going in that video. It was already like the middle of January. I was supposed to post it a little bit ago, but just I've been busy, so didn't think to do it. But we have a nice stack of packages here, so we're going to take a little thumbnail, get these to the post office. If you have any questions or anything you want to know, comment them down below. I think the next time you'll see me, I'll be in the process of moving to Miami, so I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all the support. This stuff has genuinely been life-changing. It's about 3, so we got to get these to the post office, and then I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Peace out.